everybody. Welcome to another episode of Cheap Heat TV. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties today, but just bear with me. But this is our 68th episode, so I want to welcome you and joining us. I am Scott E. Morgan. I'm going to go ahead and bring on my friends, my counterparts, the co-host of this show, starting off with the Prince of Pep, Mr. Upbeat Sanders.
Holy crap, dude. You're bringing me on quick, dude. I like it, man. The tag team stuff. Can we high five? Can you high five with me? I bet you can't do it. No, you fluffed it. You botched it, as they say in the business. Iggy, damn it. Come on. Go on.
Damn. All right. Now I'm having a little technical difficulty. My headphones went out right during the intro. So
are you good? Do you need me to take a? I could wing it, man. You know I'm an old seasoned vet, brother. Tag. We've got a hot tag.
You can hear me right.
We're perfect. Right? Hey, you're perfect, dog. Smokey's giving us the thumbs up. Benny's giving us the thumbs up. You're good to go.
All right, so we're going to bring on our third one. I have a little bit of special different intro tonight. It is the guy who puts the man in manager. He is the king of all wrestling media. He is our stand-up comedian, yet sit-down commentator, Gene Jackson.
Hey now, all right. I like that.
Yeah.
So I just realized something. If tonight's episode is episode 68, does that mean next week's episode 69 with K-Swiss?
Is it K-Swiss next week?
It's K-Swiss next week.
Benny and I have been speaking because, a little peek behind the curtain before we bring the guest on. Gene's actually got a big comedy gimmick tonight, and him and Smokey have been – Smokey's his manager for, the comedy gimmicks on whenever he has to do stuff like that because it's a lot of, recording and doing other stuff like that. So Gene's got a big comedy gimmick tonight, so he's actually cutting out early. So me and Benny's been hard at it getting this show together. We're pretty excited, but welcome back, Gene. We're excited to have you here while we got you, buddy.
Oh, I appreciate it. Glad to be here. And let's see if Benny is still hard at it. If we can get a camera on him real quick. Oh geez, wait a
minute. Benny, I emailed him earlier.
Smokey, go get Benny. Gosh, man.
Do we have any other So we're still Scott. You got anybody else? Okay, sorry, Smokey. Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
Oh, he's mad. He's mad at Benny. That was for Benny.
Okay, sorry. Normally it's at me. I'm sorry, Scott.
There's a group of four of us, so let's bring on our other guy. He is our own half and half.
Wait, hang on. Is he really here?
No.
Hang on. Benny. Is Benny awake? Did Benny see him?
Smokey went to wake him up. Let me see if we can get Smokey.
Get another camera angle on him, Gene. I know. He is. Okay, so he is.
Look at that look on his face. That look on his face says, "Are you kidding me? You really think Shane Mako's here right now?"
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. Benny's in my ear right now. He's yelling at me and saying, "Moron, Mako never makes it on time."
Benny's like, "You made me like an asshole on my third night. What are you doing?"
I would put down a really good intro for him too, man.
Did you? Was it? I bet it was long, very long-winded.
I don't know what to do.
Some people say that E and Scott E is for introduction.
Yeah.
I see you went to the Delbert Jenkins School of Broadcasting and grasp of the English language.
I got there.
It's terrible.
Come on, Smokey was late back to the chair. Clearly, he would have hit me with that a lot earlier. Smokey,
he's obviously one of those that just pronounce it out. That's how it's spelled. That's exactly how it's spelled.
Well, I didn't do the normal learning of spelling.
You didn't you weren't hooked on phonics as they used
to.
No,
I was not.
That may be before your time. That was a big.
No, it wasn't. I was just not the way I learned. I don't think I did. Sorry, we're digressing, ladies and gentlemen.
John Ritter used to promote that, but he was probably dead.
It was hooked on something, but it was not phonics.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cheap Heat this evening. We're glad y'all joined us tonight. We're excited to have everyone come in and comment and like the show and make sure that you go on our YouTubes and our TikToks. And we'll go ahead and knock that out of the way early. Whoa. Subscribe, like, follow, please. We appreciate all of it. There it is, Cheap Heat. We've even got the Smokies even on there with all the media. If you're watching this on live videos, and we do appreciate the live video, come in and comment. We really feed off the crowd, they say. So make sure the crowd comes in. There's our CheapHeatTVLive.com. There's another plug Smokey's throwing in my face to make sure I go and get that out of the way. So I'm just stalling for this.
These cats are on it tonight, man.
Yeah, Benny. I think he threw something at Benny because Benny's.
Oh,
Benny
I'm
seems
sure he
furious.
did.
Benny seems
They've
furious.
been at it all day. It's been a madhouse.
Yeah, but if y'all are in the chat or in here watching us, hit us up. Just say, hey or whatever. Just let us know that you're there. I have a lot of people that come up to me and say, hey, I was watching the show, but I didn't know they were even actually watching because they didn't say anything in the chat.
Please.
I guess I was off enough is what it was. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Is our guest okay? I mean, I know when the intro come on, it looked like a scene from Blair Witch Project. He was running through the woods.
Benny's been making sure that he's going to have good enough connection. He's put him in a private chat and kind of like he said that he's kind of learned from the James Hardy school of guest booking.
Yeah.
Guester.
And by the way, speaking of James Hardy, that was unfortunate that we ran out of time last week.
James, man, if you're listening to the show right now, I do apologize, man. That was like the WCW days. We are on sponsorship time.
Check in after 6:45 tonight if you're interested in.
Absolutely, yeah. Hit us up at 6:45, James, if you're in the chat, and then we'll make sure and get you on, and we'll see if we can have a good conversation with you, buddy.
I got 2 words for James Hardy.
Okay, well that seems to be a way more of a pressing matter, and Benny might need to get on that and talk to old James Hardy to see where he's at. But we'll let Benny deal with that. But but Benny is telling me the guest is good to go. Scott,
right,
do you want to introduce him?
You're up.
Yeah, I got it. So what's funny is y'all were talking about where his location on screen or whatever, which is perfect because if you listen to his this list of monikers that I have written out that I did some research on, it makes perfect sense. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight our special guest is the ghetto rock star, the street prince, a.k.a. Tyrone Murphy, a.k.a. Tyrese Bro, a.k.a. Tyrese Murphy Dog. He is Tyrese Murphy, bitch recognize.
Oh. There he is. Oh, sorry. Biddy sees me. There he is. He comes in appropriately loud.
Oh, God. Yes. List all my names, baby. I liked it. I loved it. I loved it all.
I did my research.
Did you have?
I appreciate that. I'm very humbled by that. Thank you, sir.
Do you go to the ring announcers and be like, hey, I've got a lot of nicknames, and just like you tell them?
You're like, I know Shane Mako's got a lot of nicknames, but I got just as many.
It's usually like whatever I'm feeling for that day, whatever I'm feeling for that day,
So you basically, from everything I picked up from you real quick, Tyrese, before we really take a deep dive into your wrestling career, you seem like the kind of person that really just kind of takes it as it goes, kind of whatever your feelings currently are, that's going to be exactly what it is, or everyone else is going to be annoyed by you. Is that true, or am I speculating? Do I need to hit the reckless speculation, or what's going on?
Dude, I'm just random. That's all I can tell you, man.
Perfect.
I'm just random.
Yes.
I don't know before it even happens.
Delbert's in the chat. Hey, Delbert.
Too deep into the interview, and Charles starts hitting you with some rapid fire questions. I got to know, you're in a car right now. Did you get your driver's license back? Did you get that worked out?
Yes.
You did.
So you have your driver's license back now.
Well,
I never lost it.
What name is on that driver's license? Go ahead right now.
Lost or taken away is neither here nor there. Another
Murphy Dog. What's on that driver's license? Let's hear it right here on the record for the show.
All right.
Scott, real quick. Scott, no, hang on, no, Scott, real quick. Hang on. Hey, all right, Scott, you read the names, you read the comments and the names, okay, buddy? You go for it.
Oh, hold on.
Hey, buddy, Tyrese, I am sorry that Scott's being a little. He is doodling also. He juggles a lot.
Scott's googling how to say that name right now.
Okay, is he gonna get a speak? Scott, I can't leave it up there for the entire evening. Did your camera?
It's Jackery Scott apparently.
Thank you. Nope.
I can't say anything. I got damn Delbert Jenkins hitting me up on freaking. Dude, leave me alone.
Oh, so Delbert's doing you like Xander's did me during another podcast at some point.
Quick advertisement. I didn't know you were doing a comedy podcast today. I do apologize, man. That is on me.
I'm not even talking about that. You didn't message me during that. I'm talking about when I was doing a podcast with Shane Knowles. I was doing a podcast with Shane Knowles one night, and you get on there and start sending me stuff and making faces in the screen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Whitey
Okay.
Jenkins said you did it to him yesterday, but he said he couldn't see your face because it was so washed out. But anyway,
Well,
let's talk to our guest. We got
I do
Tyrese Murphy
apologize.
dog
Sorry.
here. This is a pretty big deal. We're up to 6 viewers right now just off of Tyrese Murphy being here.
Thanks for all the
So,
comments, by
it's
the
pretty
way.
exciting.
Please keep them in our chat and not privately. Thanks, but Tyrese, it is good. It is good to see that you are doing well, buddy. Is it raining outside? It's raining, isn't it?
No.
Oh,
It's
okay.
raining.
I had to, like, you know, like, I think that the sun just goes with how I'm feeling sometimes, so the sky just kind of just goes with my vibe, you know. I'm in a mellow vibe right now. I'm very chill. I like y'all. We just chilling right now. So I talked to God today. I said, let's keep the vibe light and keep it mellow.
How's Donnie doing?
Let Bar and Molly take over for a day.
Man, I'm glad you decided to keep the vibe well. Gene seems to be trying to make the vibe a little bit spicier, but we're not going to be doing that this season.
Gene makes the vibe too sexual a lot.
Gene,
I've never heard
the way
that
he was
before.
looking at me, it's like he was just looking me up and down. I was like, damn, Gene.
Gene, I don't think Gene's ever looked anybody up and down before. We'll confirm with his wife.
Not a dude, anyway.
We'll confirm with his wife on another
I know
date.
it's 2022, but I don't swing that way.
And he might be based out of Alabama, but we wrestle out of Mississippi, buddy. You don't worry about that. But no, we'll definitely. I'll converse with Rosie about that. No, Tyrese, man, I hope so.
Obviously.
Yeah, man. So you want to get into this fan fest? How was that? Let's hear. You're here.
It was a very great experience. It's a very great experience for me. I ain't gonna lie, because like I got to meet a lot of big time like veterans and territory veterans, so I got to learn and listen and everything. But also the fact getting to meet like Gangrel, Vincent, and Buff Bagwell, Scott Steiner. I mean, who else? I mean, Scott Armstrong, Terry Long.
Please tell me you got to talk to Enzo.
Did you?
No, I did. I didn't feel like talking to him, bro. I was like, no, bro.
I
like,
guarantee that joke. He joked.
I wanted to so bad, but I was like, no, I don't want to go viral right now.
He would think that you and him have the same gimmick, man. Y'all could be tag team partners for God's sakes.
Oh man.
Yeah, but I actually can do some shit and talk. I actually can do some shit and talk where you can actually understand me.
Well, then that would be perfect tag team.
He can talk, man.
My name is Enzo.
We'll get a promo. Relax. Look. Hey, you said this.
Is somebody mistaken Tyrese for Mako?
That's
kind of racist.
Not. No, I think it's Scott. He's confusing him.
That's more likely. That seems much more likely.
Yeah.
Mako has more of a beard than I do, but I have more hair.
That is true. He does have more.
I think it's
the beard that makes the biggest difference between you and Mako. I definitely think so.
Okay,
so
he's a little more pale.
So do you not think that somebody like Enzo Amore would help you? Come on, man. Give us that. That dude would push you to the moon. Y'all would be on every fan fest on this planet. You just got to convince him. You got to go talk to him. You got to mainly get a video.
It was like I saw him and it was just something telling me just like let's not talk to him right now. Let's not go. Like I wanted to meet him, but I was like something was just pulling me away from him. So I kind of go with my gut sometimes. Man.
I feel you, buddy. So who was somebody?
I should stay away from him. I'm gonna stay away from you. I don't have nothing personal against him. I mean, I used to love watching him because he was very entertaining to me. But I don't know, just something about him. Just like
what's some advice Virgil gave you?
I did not go near that nigga at all. Some of the people working there told me that he came up to them. He said some crazy ass shit. Like he was on some Orlando Brown shit.
Okay, let's just none of the. Remember, my mother watches the show, so.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, let's keep that in mind. Whenever
did Buff Bagwell offer you drugs?
Did Buff Bagwell Buff Bagwell
did give me some very great advice. And
was he in his insurance outfit? Did he do the RS gimmick?
And I do appreciate that.
And that advice was that advice. Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
No, that's a different.
Dude, that was your advice you gave me. Like honestly.
So was he in his insurance gimmick? Be honest. Did he try to sell you any insurance? So what's up with pro wrestlers and insurance nowadays? Do you have an opinion on that?
I tried it. It didn't work well for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it straight up with y'all. Like,
when I saw all them, I kind of had like this feeling like, okay, I've seen these guys on TV my whole life, and I'm like, what? I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know which one to ask first, right? So, but finally, I got to talk to some of them, and then Vincent, like, just literally saw me, and just still standing over there trying to see who to talk to. He called me up because he knew
who is this? Say it one more time. Who was it?
Vincent, like, you know.
Vincent McMahon.
Virgil.
No,
Virgil.
No,
it's the same guy.
Okay,
I mean,
sorry,
Vincent and Virgil's the same guy, unless it's a different Vincent. Were you talking about
like,
Vincent?
you know, the ball. He's bald. Yeah, he's a bald dude, but he's really good looking and tall. Not
Mako? Oh, Scott.
No, that's he's chocolate caramel.
Vincent.
Like something that Xander would want if he went that way.
That's true. I haven't.
If he went that way. Anyway.
Yeah. There's not that there's anything wrong with it, but I'm still saying Mako.
But not Virgil.
Not Virgil.
I can't think of another Vincent besides
McMahon.
McMahon.
Was his middle name Kennedy?
No.
Oh, okay. Dang it.
It was not Mr. Kennedy. It was not Mr. Anderson.
Yeah, Mr. Kennedy. Yeah, that's another one we can mark off. Scott, are you writing these down?
We won't get hung up on that.
I think he was bald and black. Like, come on. Like, really?
Bad News Brown.
Let's get off that one. I think that.
Let's get off it.
I
only have another AJ Steele. Great friend.
Not AJ Steele. What's that guy's name?
I love AJ Steele.
AJ or
Gray.
AJ, no. Who's the guy that's like
AJ Styles?
The independent world champion or whatever? That's a bald-headed black guy.
AC Mack, by the way.
AC Mack. Yeah, was it him?
Boom.
He's not that tall.
Shot that one out of the sky.
I think they started with a V or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So what was the advice?
Well, the advice was mainly just have fun, enjoy it, and take care of your body. But I trying to remember what else did he tell me.
What was the last one?
And he tell you never trust a guy that tells you he'll cash app you on Monday.
Or what about be safe? Was there a be safe in there at any point? Because for the love of God, be safe. Sorry, I'm talking down.
Yeah, he said be safe, and because I told him I was I'm gonna take a break from wrestling in November because dude, like my body hurts, like for real. Like my back goes out sometimes, like my knees hurt.
Better get a helmet, buddy. It only gets worse from here.
Yeah, I know, but his thing, I could take my. He was proud of me for doing that. Like, I'm taking my break. I'm gonna take my break because I want to be able to do this for the next 25 years of my life because I love this shit. Like,
yeah, man, take your break. Xander's wrestles 6 months out of the year, once a month.
Hey,
so
let me give you this advice before you do this. And Gene, this is where Gene will probably, hopefully agree with me. Watch old stuff. Watch stuff you're not used to watching. Watch stuff that's out of your comfort zone, and take notes from it and how you can make it something that fits the ghetto superstar or Tyrese Murphy dog or whatever the hell you are.
Yeah.
Like, learn to make it simplify. Please simplify, for the love of God. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else is listening. But
ask Jake. Now, when I talked to Jake the Snake, I did ask him about promo skills because when he cuts a promo, he makes you feel like he's piercing into your soul like a little bit, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And he gave me some advice on that and how to breathe through it and everything, and focus on and don't look at the crowd, don't look at the camera, look through the crowd, look through the camera. Like, it's just like let your eyes tell the story while you're just something like that. I'm saying it's hard.
No, that's great advice. That's unbelievably great advice.
And also, he even told me his trick for how he sounded so like menacing. It was just like.
Now, did you hold his face?
I have a sneaking suspicion it was a lot of smoking a lot of crack rock for many years. Is why his voice sounded so menacing.
I was gonna say, Gene, you seem to be the promo guy around here. What do you what do you make of that advice? How would you? Because it's it's not bad advice, but it could be expanded on.
It's good advice, but like I said, as far as some of those guys, the way their voice sounded menacing, it was that rock. But anyway,
well,
I mean, if you're gonna get promo advice, Jake the Snake Roberts is top of the list of guys that are still around that you can ask, no doubt.
Hell yeah.
What do you hope to figure out? Because advice, if you're gonna take a break, you are going to take a break, but you need to also learn to do stuff. Yes, I do apologize, Delbert. Delbert just keeps putting that in the chat. Like, Delbert.
I think he only put it once. I think Smokey just keeps putting it back up.
Oh, Smokey, dude, can you chill out? I know you don't have long until you and Gene are out of the podcast, but
Forever. We're taking a break.
Yeah, apparently so. If that's what is necessary. Delbert Jenkins.
Delbert, I think Delbert knows exactly what Jake's talking about there.
Yeah, no. Anyways, so no, that's great advice, man. And taking your time and breathing is unbelievably crucial in cutting promos. Are you looking to be more of a like storytelling promo guy on the backside of this, to where like Steve Leasing put in the comments, stop bumping as much? Like, is that looking to be something? Because it's going to have to be either or. There's no lane for both.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, are you taking this break to learn how to like find yourself and cut a promo and like be comfortable in front of a camera?
Yeah, I mean, like I'm just taking a break from the ring, but I'm not taking a break from still working on my wrestling skills. Like, I still gotta work on my promos, gotta watch back on my other matches, see where I can improve on and everything. Like, still work on, and it's my thing. Like, my chops that I've not gotten better with taking and giving. When I'm in the gym, I just chop the punching bag. And you know how if I mess up?
All joking aside, if I can make a serious suggestion, and I can make this to a lot of people, all these people and if Mako was here right now, maybe he would have some insight on this. But you have all these people that have 15 fucking monikers, and it's like, hone in on one, maybe two, maybe a babyface moniker and then a heel moniker, and then decide
that's what it is.
What is the ghetto rock star? How does everything I do represent that and portray that? Because I think a lot of guys, and I'm not picking on you, I'm just saying in general, that a big thing in indie wrestling right now is guys will get 4 or 5 monikers that are almost like 4 or 5 characters. And
like,
it's confusing. Like, okay, which one is he? How do I represent 5 different names and that sort of thing?
But I'm happy you asked me that, because I actually wanted to tell everybody the backstory why like the Ghetto Rockstar and the Street Prince, because that's my Ghetto Rockstar is my babyface moniker, as y'all know, and Street Prince is my heel moniker. So that's how I differentiate. But the Ghetto Rockstar, because like all my life I've been wanting to be a rock star. I actually used to write my own music, write my own songs, try to learn how to play guitar. Even when I got to high school, try to start my own band, but I couldn't do it, so because my heart wasn't in it, so it was in pro wrestling. So I was like, you know what, I'm the Ghetto Rockstar, because I've always been, and just thinking on like character wise, because I know that's how it has to be like that. I always love being like the anti-hero, so that's why I'm like this underground like hood kid that was just like a punk, just like a fucking metalhead. So that's how I created it, because it was just it's something from my childhood that's carried on through my adult life. Not a street friend.
I got two things before we go any further, buddy.
Okay.
So just letting you know, if you want to truly get advice on this promo thing, I know Gene just gave a little bit. You're gonna have at tops 45 seconds to maybe tell somebody about yourself in most of scenarios. Like tonight's an okay thing to tell this to an environment where you're going to talk about it out loud. But in most scenarios, you're going to get 45 seconds tops. And then also you've got to think about they're anti-heroes. You can't be an underground this, that, and the under and kind of fall into that category that's underground, and you can't be an anti-hero in underground, because those clash so hard, man. Like it doesn't work.
I was just using like terms like that would make a little more sense of what I'm talking about. Like
I understand.
Urban.
I understand.
Like, I didn't want to use the term urban, because I don't really like that word.
But it's okay to use. I mean, but if that's how you kind of figure yourself out, that's okay for you to use in your own studying. And like, there's a lot of with character development. Watch movies on that stuff. Watch characters that might be close to that in wrestling. That's an okay learning experience.
Yeah.
Your character, what you're wrestling, you need to be watching is old stuff on how to sell and how to do things correctly and how to move around the ring and how to be a helpful anything, whether you're heel or babyface. Because if you come back correctly and you do it in a correct manner, then you're going to come in hot, and hopefully as a babyface if you're smart, because generally that's where the money generates, is hot babyfaces coming off of a reinventing of themselves.
Yeah.
So just kind of keep that in mind.
Yeah. I figured, and I always wondered like how to, because I've actually like Eric the World Walker over at ProSoft, like he was the one helping me with my promos, how I get them down to 30 seconds and everything, 40 seconds, and so he's been helping me a lot out with that, and I appreciate that for real. And like when it comes to the Street Prince character, it's just like a polar opposite. Like that's the side of me I don't really show people, like the real, because it's like something that's from my father, from what he used to do back in the day before I was born. So it's something that's very dark, but also it's kind of like a part of my life that I was like, I'll take with me, but I'm gonna make it something and make it actually work something, not just carry like it's a noose,
Yeah.
Yeah, because we all got that type of shit from my family. But so that's why it's like I'm a young kingpin. Like I have like that, and will help me out with this. Like you said about movies, the one movie I thought of that can help me with this is Scarface and The Godfather. I haven't watched The Godfather yet in a while, but still, like watch stuff like
yes, those are excellent starts too. Liam. That's a very good and writing down little things that you're not directly stealing from them that you could possibly use to where it's not it's minute though, buddy. Keep it minute. I'm telling you these to keep things very minute because in 30 seconds you can't tell the story of Godfather. You can't tell the story of a tragedy. No. So it has to be something you do. You kind of tell over time. And some of the best advice I ever got on promo stuff was from Chris Hero, because that's one of my worst things. It always has been. He said he used to cut many promos and 30 seconds long on different people every time he'd go to the ring. And if it's one time you cut it during your entrance, then that's a 30-second promo no one else has ever heard, and you've heard it out in front of the air, and it's out in the air. If it doesn't work, then there it is. You could tell a whole crowd your promo, because really that's what you're doing. Just whenever the same way in the ring where they tell you to look past the camera, if you're coming out cutting a promo about yourself, about how I'm the tragic person that does all this stuff, then you're gonna understand your character more and more. So ranted again. GD, got anything?
No, I think I think that's all good advice. I think the time spent, you definitely need to take some downtime and heal up, because this shit does compound. But yeah, as long as you're planning on using that time to help define your character and hone it into something. And the biggest thing I think a lot of people don't do either is they have these grand ideas for what they want their character to be and how they want to present it. But they don't really think about, okay, is the way I'm presenting it and I guess more towards Xander's point, the opportunity I have to present it and the time constraints that I have, how is it coming across the audience? Is the audience getting that? And if not, how can I make them get it? How can I break this down into chunks to where I get all this information out there and they understand who this guy is supposed to be, so they can either get behind him or hate him, one of the two, where there's not just this middle ground of like, I don't really get it, man. He calls himself this, and it's cool, but
his gear kind of matches it.
I don't really hate him. It's just it's kind of there. But that's also too, as far as like studying different styles of guys, to where your match kind of tells that story too. It kind of that's another thing I see a lot of too, is guys have a character or a gimmick, this persona that they present in promos, that they present when they walk to the ring and their ring music represents, and then the guy in the ring in no way reflects any of that shit. It's like two different people. It's like, this is my persona that's on the poster and that I present back here in the back in the promo, but the guy that steps through the ropes in no way resembles that person. It's like, I got the guy that does the wrestling and then the guy that does the talking, and they never intersect. And so that's all good stuff to consider and work on while you got this downtime,
Yeah, I mean, because having like the look of Street Prince character wasn't gonna be that hard for me, because it was just like the way I have my ghetto roster gear is gonna be like, how can I make this an evil version of that? And because like I said, I love metal, I love punk music, and I was like, I also love wearing leather jackets and everything. So I was like, hey, let's make leather gear, put this like this, and hey, and make it I like to make things my own. Like I like to have my own version of shit. And excuse me, sorry.
No, you're good. You can say whatever you want.
Oh no, yeah, no, you're fine.
Xander's mom won't mind.
She's probably
she tunes out by 6:30.
She tunes out. Yeah, she's she's not old, but she. By the way, congratulations, Mom, on your dogs. My mom just had dogs. If anybody wants to buy some dogs, hit my mom up.
Her dog had dogs.
Her dogs had dogs. Animals. Oh God, Tyrese. Oh, and we lost Tyrese. Tyrese, can you still hear us though, buddy?
Small motherfucker.
Jiminy Cricket. Well, Tyrese Murphy dog seemed to have either, and he's gone. Is unfortunate.
I'm sure. No, and just a retrospect for a lot of people that don't know this, like when you were talking about Tyrese about the time and all that kind of stuff for promos, is Charles actually had when he was had the ability to go to Ring of Honor, he was told, hey, I need a promo, and like he had to come up with it right then and there. And
it's not easy.
Put you on the spot, and it's really difficult. So if you're not used to rehearsing, or at least going through the purpose of just throwing out promos really quick, it can really be really intimidating, and you don't you don't want to be put in a position like that where on a big stage where it's an opportunity and not be prepared for it. So that for everybody, all the listeners, that's why Charles was saying things he was saying.
Like the biggest thing with me, and it was stupid on my part, and it's still something like it's my insanity that it drives me up the wall every evening, is the fact that I wasn't prepared and I should have been. And it's just kind of dumb on me and kind of selfish on me to not realize what my problems are. And like the thing is they'll sit you down in there, and I'm not joking. A lot of these producers that are on these shows don't care that much for a guy who's just coming in. You cut whatever promo you want to, and whatever promo you want to, they're going to use it. And that'll be that. I mean, like if it's not usable, then they'll just cut every bit of it, and you'll get less TV time. They don't care. So like if you're not prepared, if you don't have notes written down, if you aren't ready for your television and I didn't expect a promo, which is stupid on my part. But if you're not ready for it, it's the most nervous I've ever been. And I did terrible at it. It was embarrassing.
I promise you right now, you go to a show and there'll be a camera around. I don't care if it's the camera for a television show or if it's just me with my phone, and go up to a guy and go, hey, we're going to do a promo. That is the most nervous deer in the headlight looks you're ever going to see. I mean, there are guys that will go jump off the roof of a building and not bat an eye, but are scared to death of a promo. I mean, it's just a fact.
You've got a comedian background, Gene. I mean, is it something that just like, is it that prevalent whenever it comes to like comedians? I mean, you get kind of a locker room vibe from comedians. I mean, because that's what always kind of fascinated me with comedians.
Yeah, some of them are. Some of them, if they aren't doing their exact set, their act, if you will, they have nothing to say. They're scared to death. They can't talk off the top of their head. And I'm not going to call any names, but like in wrestling, like we know guys who are good talkers if you give them 20 minutes to figure it out. But if you go having a match with this guy, let's talk.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I mean, and the only way you can get good at that is through practice. Now, I don't know that I've ever said this on a podcast or talked about this with any of y'all. But like when I was a kid, we used to backyard wrestle before backyard wrestling was a thing, before there was the VHS tapes in the 90s, and so we would have matches out in the backyard, but before we would have the matches, we'd cut promos on each other. We'd go stand by, my friend Brad Oaks' house against the brick wall, and we'd cut promos back and forth. And back to when, we were 10 years old, that's what I got good at. And that's why when I tried to get in the business, I told Sammy Hall, I'm like, hey, I want to be a manager because I know I can talk. I'll go out there and talk against anybody, but I'm not really that athletic. I don't know about the wrestling part.
Was that where you met Chuck the Truck?
We crossed paths. I didn't really like him.
I didn't. Well, see, I figured you kind of knew him as a child, and you kind of saw his intimidating nature early on, and you kind of decided maybe I just need to stick to managerial roles for a little while.
But I mean, whether it was the backyard wrestling or at school on the playground, cutting promos on each other, more or less is what you're doing when you're out there talking shit. So I mean, I've been doing this all my life.
Yeah.
And so when I get into wrestling, it wasn't a big deal for me to go out there and talk. It's what I'd always done. And then when I went away from wrestling for a few years, I went and did stand-up. And so I'm going and talking in front of people. Well, it helped me in comedy because most of the people were scared to death to go on stage and get in front of people and talk. Well, I was already used to going out in front of people and making them hate me. That was my goal. So it wasn't, if I go up there and people boo or they don't react, fuck it. It's another night. You know, it ain't a big deal. I've done it before. Where that's like death to them. They're like, oh my God, they didn't like me. I'm like,
it would crush my soul. I would vomit right there on stage. When D vomits at the comedy, that would be me the moment, the first boo.
So
I couldn't imagine vomiting.
I say all that as a long way around to like anything else, like the stuff in the ring, like anything you want to do in life, the only way you're going to get better at it is to practice it.
Yeah.
I mean, driving to work in the morning, think of somebody that you think of somebody you're going to be wrestling, cut promos on them in your car. Or you may look like a psychopath at the red light.
Yeah.
But out loud. And then look at the clock and keep it down. Get a 30-second one, get a 60-second. I mean, that's just like for me with comedy. Some places I go, I got to do 5 minutes, and it's 5 freaking minutes. No more, no less. Tonight it's going to be 10. But when I go to Anniston, some nights they want 30. And that, I mean, they want that much.
Do you have a counter, or do you have somebody who?
Some clubs like Zany's in Nashville have a time up on the wall. Most comedy clubs will have a guy at the back with a light that will flash a light when it's time, either because the time is there or because you're eating shit and they want you off the stage.
Have you ever been?
You got 6 minutes and you may get the light. You know.
Have you ever been given more time?
Yes, and that sucked because it was in the very beginning, and I only had 5 minutes of material, and I'm watching for the light, and I've gone through my 5 minutes material, and there's no light. So I just went ahead and took it home, and they were like, "Hey, we were going to let you go some more. You were doing so well." I'm like, "I didn't have anything else. That's all I had." Like, you told me I got 5 minutes. I wrote 5 minutes and nothing more. But I also learned at night, it's like, all right, that's a lesson there. Have more in case you get that opportunity. Because, you know, sometimes you're at those places and somebody sees you and go, "Hey, you're funny. I want to book you next weekend. I need you to do 20 minutes. And I got 5 minutes worth of material." Well, that means I'm going to go to a paid gig winging it with 15 minutes worth of bullshit I made up in a week's time. And it's probably not going to be good, you know. Same with wrestling promos. Practice. Work on it. I mean, it's the only way you're going to get good.
Yeah, I mean, we've been given, like, we'll go out, we'll be ready to go out for a match, and promoters like, "Hey, I need more time." And of course, we ran into this issue with friends and everything else, or like, "Hey, after so and so, we need y'all to go, do more time." It's like, no, it's like, I'm not prepared to do more time. Like, all like know, the thing. Like when you put together stuff and you're expecting this amount of time, or getting cut. And you have to go out there and basically extend out what you already got. Sometimes it's really hard to do, especially if you don't have the experience of doing it. So again, it goes back to practicing, going through and making sure you have the ability to do that kind of stuff, like on the fly.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think?
Did we lose our guest, by the way? Like completely? We lose our guest?
I communicated with him through Messenger. He got a phone call that knocked him off. And then when he got back on, he couldn't really hear us. I told him, I was like, "Man, we covered a lot. Like, we'll bring you back late December, and we'll follow up with how things went during your downtime and what you worked on."
I had about like 5-6 questions for him.
I'm sure you did.
I mean, I can play him if you want to ask me the questions. I'll answer the way I think he would have answered.
I think it's Benny's also agreeing with me. We might not need to go to commercial break before then. We're actually 10 minutes past that. That was intriguing. I mean, we've got a lot of people commenting here. Normally it's Delbert because Delbert's clearly off his job at the construction site for today, so he's tuning into
in all seriousness, before you go to break, I like these fan fest shows where young guys like Tyrese and different ones get a chance to go and work and intermingle with legends and guys who have been around, because where else are you going to get the opportunity, a guy that's been in the business the amount of time he has, to go and get advice from Jake the Snake Roberts or Buff Bagwell? Or, I mean, I was joking around, but I mean, most of those guys have been in the business longer than he's been alive. And so, regardless of what silly things they've done at different points in their career or even recently, they're a wealth of knowledge, and it's good for them to get to interact with those people or people they grew up watching and stuff like that. I think that's cool, and I'm glad that he got to meet a few different guys and talk to them, and glad he had fun on the show.
Well, and that's another thing is Tyrese. I'm not going to get to say this in person, but good on you, man. You chose a good booking there. You got around some intelligent people. You're doing the right thing. If you think your body needs rest, you are the one who knows your body better than anyone else. Take the rest. Work on those things that like we discussed. Those are things we discussed. I want you to everybody to understand. This is to get better. This is what this podcast is for. This is why us three sit down, is because I want the wrestling business to be better. All three of us can agree with that. I'm pretty sure Smokey and Benny, maybe they don't care, but I'm sure maybe they do. Maybe they're spending their free time for nothing. So, but Tyrese, good job, buddy. Commercial break, guys. Benny kind of told me something in the background that might be true, so we'll catch it on the back end. All right, guys.
Are you looking to have a good time? Well, head on down to Happy Hour Comedy Club and Restaurant in Anniston, Alabama. Shoot you some pool, play you some darts, or head on over to the bar, get you a cold beer or one of them fancy cocktail drinks. They got all that. You hungry? Get you one of the best pizzas in Anniston or anything else off the menu. They got burgers, tacos, chicken wings, anything you want. Every Thursday night, they got open mic comedy and karaoke, and live comedy every Friday and Saturday night with some of the top comedians from across the United States. Go to happyhourcomedyclub.com for more information and tell them Whitey Jenkins sent you.
Hey guys, this is Wolfie D from PG-13. Check out my podcast, Live and in Color with Wolfie D, every Monday at noon. We're talking Memphis, we're talking ECW, WCW, WWF, everywhere that I've been. We even have some great guests, some Hall of Famers on the show with us. Every Monday at noon, Live and in Color with Wolfie D.
You like barbecue? Well, of course you do, unless you're some kind of weirdo or wasn't raised right. So if you want to get some of the best barbecue around, check out P3 Barbecue. Our buddy David Estes does it up right, and he'll be glad to cater to your next event or just send you some of his award-winning sauce right there to your own doorstep. Go over and check them out on the Facebooks at facebook.com/P3 Barbecue, or give old David a call at 901-679-3452 and tell him Whitey Jenkins sent you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling, the podcast that's based on the old school, but can still help you find the good stuff from today. Dangerous Dan Colley, the Professor Jimmy Street, and the Plastic Sheik Jared are the undisputed six-man tag team champions of the wrestling podcast world. From thought-provoking topics to superstar interviews to action figure expertise, this trio does it all. And all they ask is, give me back my pro wrestling! Every other Thursday, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Get ready to get inspired. It's Xander's Inspirational Podcast, the brand new podcast with Upbeat Xanders, as he has one-on-one podcast sessions that both inspire and inform. Check it out as Xanders has a one-on-one interview with some of your favorite people in and out of the professional wrestling business. Give it a listen on CheapHeatTVLive.com. It's the Old School Dives Pro Wrestling Podcast with Shane Knowles and Gene Jackson. Every episode, they will take a deep dive into old school professional wrestling. Pro wrestlers, events, all sorts of great topics will be covered every 2 weeks right here on Old School Dives. You can find it at CheapHeatTVLive.com and at YouTube.com/CheapHeatTV. It's Old School Dives with Shane Knowles and Gene Jackson.
Fitty, you gotta be shitting me. Oh, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're back on backside of commercial. Benny's in my ear. I can't believe this. Scott, I know you can't see down there, but there's an introduction that I cut you off for earlier that just Benny said he hit him up and was like, hey, I needed a link. Get me in here. He's been watching it. Apparently he's been watching and he actually rushed himself home. So yeah, he's here. Do you want to introduce him?
I can do the intro?
Yeah, dude. Okay, hang on. Can you do the intro is the question I ask. I'll have to ask you.
I can.
Well, should you do the intro?
Yeah.
Okay, do the intro.
All right, ladies.
Do you want a drum roll or? I'm sorry.
No drum rolls, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Scotty Morgan, B. Zanders would like to proudly present to you our own little half and half, our beautiful bald bestie, an official member of the culture, the pickup artist, Shane Mako.
The fuck are we doing?
Mako, dude.
What are we doing? Hey,
you're
hey, hold on.
40 minutes late.
So, hold
on.
Everybody knows Sunday is a hot swiping day. Everybody knows like hottest activity because that's right before the week.
agree.
So I'm over there doing my swiping thing, living my swipe life, and all I hear is Mako. You got a connection error with your guest. You got Gene that has to go do his stand up, which we all know Gene kills that. So we know. So I'm being told. So I start watching. And all this is going on. Like, well, what is going on? I just wanted to enjoy my swiping. That's all I wanted to do.
Thanks for saving the show, Mako.
I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying. Like, man, I'm here for you guys. I'm sorry that you guy got lost in his car.
Benny's even on it too.
But hey, look, I did go back. I was driving, trying to rush back, like you said. I did watch and did catch some of the things y'all were saying. I like the fact that Tyrese is under the influence now with all the monikers and trying to out name me. He's under the influence. He is definitely under the influence with all those monikers. That's ridiculous. But you know what? Congrats to him for picking up and noticing, who did it first and who did it best, which is me, truly. But other than that, like, no, I agree with everything y'all were saying.
So real quick, it's the Ghetto Superstar, also something that was under the influence.
Oh no, the ghetto superstar. I mean, he said rock star.
Tragic Prince.
All that stuff.
Tragic Prince. Was that also something that was under the influence?
I'm glad that he did say Tragic Prince is Keist.
Oh, sorry. What was it? The Ghetto Prince?
Street
Prince. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Street Prince and Ghetto Rockstar, not Superstar Rockstar.
That's Scott's job.
Yeah, all that stuff. I mean, it's cool, but like Gene said, I think Gene hit it really. Pick one. Or, I mean, I guess a heel and a face, but me, all the monikers are funny games. I mean, you let people make those names for you. I came in as the pickup artist, and that's who I always have and will be. That's just, I'm being honest with you. All the other stuff, that's everybody else's opinion. That's their view of me. But the pickup artist,
to be fair, like the Swap Life, Mr. Swap Rod or whatever. Like,
yeah, I didn't give that to me.
That's like a lifestyle.
That's a lifestyle. Yeah, I live that life. But that's another thing is he was talking about some of the stuff. It's good to have you in your character, obviously, because it makes it more natural. And if he knows anything about Jake the Snake, the reason why he was like that, man, go watch that man's documentary. You know why Jake was like that. Jake's father taught him a lot of his promo work because he said you shouldn't have to raise your voice to be heard. That's where Jake built that whole. He didn't have to speak loud to be heard, but not a lot of guys can do that.
That's what a lot of people don't understand is like, and there's some guys who do really well with kind of mixing it to grab attention. I understand that the yelling purpose is to grab attention, but like. There is a very, very small time for yelling, and kind of because even yelling loses its tone. You'll be quicker to tune out of a yell than you will.
I don't like angry. I know that's the easiest thing to do is to raise you in anger and all that. That's probably the easiest way to cover up your voice, because a lot of people don't like hearing themselves because they have annoying. I get it. It's all personal opinion, but my thing is if you just go out there and just shoot for this, like Gene said it best, you're going to win because you're comfortable and you're able to go do it, because 90% of the guys aren't. So the fact that you can get in front of a camera and just be you and just pop off, that's going to put you in a whole league of your own. That's already going to get you so much further than people realize just off the cuff, because, I mean, it is scary. It's the first time somebody shoots it on you. You don't realize how nerve-wracking that is to go out there, your first match, your first promo. All that stuff's intimidating. But once those butterflies get out and you just go, you know what? I remember my first one when somebody called me out of the match. I sounded like a pure, generic, baby face, whatever you want to call it. I just sounded like a dickhead. And I was like, never again. Like, I'm going to take a breath. I'm not going to let anybody force me or rush me into who I am. I said, give me a minute. Not because I had to think. I just didn't want to and give that generic thing. I was like, no, let me breathe, because I don't want to be out of breath. My opponent didn't get me out of breath. So it's like, that's who I am. That's how I knew to take a breath. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things where, I mean, it takes time. I think you said it best. If he's going to take time for his body and heal, I mean, a lot of guys don't look at the old school stuff. I was raised on the old school stuff. So that's where, I feel like, if you're going to be who you are, be who you are. Be it outside. When you go in the gas station, be the ghetto rock star. Don't just be the rock star when you put your gear on. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, you know me, everybody knows when they see me walk into a locker room, you know what color my shoes are going to be. You know, I'm always going to have a color pink on somewhere. That's what I do. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do.
So real quick, I just got word from Benny real quick. Hang on. We'll get Benny to up. Hang on just a second.
Hold on. Okay, mute me.
Sorry, Benny's putting in work slowly. But so this just in, we've got a top 5. Benny just informed me that some of the people in the higher ups have informed me that we're going to do a top 5 in like 4 minutes. It's going to be top 5 Swap Life apps to use, and it's going to be your top 5 favorite apps. I need this is homework assignment. Mako's doing so well. We're excited for it. We're going to play a game. We're getting enough to where we can play a game. Mako, are you excited about the game? Did you even hear the game?
I don't do games. I see it scrolling at the bottom of my damn screen now.
Top
Thank
5
you for
favorite.
bringing me in for this. I can't believe I rushed all the way back to save the show for top 5 coming soon.
No, it's coming in like 4 minutes. Top 5 favorite apps to use on Swap Life. You got 5 apps that are your favorite?
That's not even true. No, you got 2 good ones, and you got ones where if you want to get married, that's it. You got 3. Man.
No, you got 5. Okay.
No, I'll break it all down. You want Swipe Life? I mean, go ahead.
Need top 5. Okay, sorry. 4 minutes. Scott, are you doing this with us?
I mean, I can, man. And this doesn't, because I want to make sure that everybody understands. Well, this is not just dating apps, correct? This is not like
no. This is everything. This is Swap Life. What are you talking about? Swap Life. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't understand what Swap Life is a lifestyle to where you swap using, you know, if you use your Amazon card, you have to swap, or you have to use your phone at some portion. It's not a dating thing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry that's.
Oh, I use mine for more. You know, I do all my swiping dating. That's just me. That's a preference.
So. Look, and we'll talk, only 2. And if Scott, if you want to make it every one of yours dating apps, because I know how right now, Scott E, dude, oof. Scott E's intimate. Oof. E is for intimate. But anyway,
I do like the fact that the I has the E sound, so I like that you keep doing it. That's pretty good.
Huh?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good, Anders. I like it.
Anders. That's Anders, man. I'm very happy you're on the show. I'm excited for this.
All right, let's pop this off. Let's pop this.
I mean, well, technically, it was supposed to be 4 minutes. I didn't have a counter. People might have walked away to go get a soda or something for the next, like. I figured if it's going to take us 5 minutes to do this, that's too long. So, all
right. Well, I mean, pop off. You know, you just make it quick, make it easy. If
we're not popping off, we're just kind of we're shooting the breeze, man.
All right, shoot. You shoot, I pop.
So okay, but I mean, you've been on. What have you been doing? I heard you went on like this big retreat. Are you? Who paid for this?
Girl.
Well, I was okay, man. I was hoping it was Smokey or Cheap Heat, but they clearly don't.
The Swipe Life pays off for me, man. I don't know what y'all do.
They can't pay for him. He's been on the show.
Exactly. Like,
that's fair. You need to get your booking appearances up, man.
I'm the only one that's been on the show. It still has a guy that you kind of fucking.
Dude, your cash app's being weird.
I really needed a hot tub, man. I need to sit in a hot tub. I've been getting used to these hot tubs, man. They're good for the body.
Yeah, I feel you. Oh man, that would be an investment. If Cheap Heat wants to invest into anything, a hot tub at Xander's place at the headquarters, I'll move headquarters.
Yeah, I've done it the last 3 weeks. I've sat in that thing for like 4 hours. Like every time I do it, in the middle of the cold, the steam coming off of me, and just sitting in there chilling, drinking like pink fucking champagne, and just I was like, what the? I get out of it. It's just delightful. It's delightful. See, I told you. Anders agrees.
Elbert is still in the chat saying that Anders is the worst. I'm glad Delbert's still watching. Delbert, I'm assuming you don't know what apps are. I'm assuming you have no idea what apps are. He does.
He uses Facebook, obviously.
Well, okay, so that's probably from a desktop. I'm sure he's at public library.
That's an app.
He seems like a public library kind of guy.
I got you, Delbert.
It's terrifying. You and Delbert hanging out.
you know that would not be. Yeah, when I met him for the first time, I was like, man, you don't want us together. You wouldn't get nothing done. Nothing would get done.
Man, it's kind of
1,000% on that.
Yeah, nothing would get done. There was some inside baseball here, but I was helping with a lot of the content creation of Smokey and Benny at the EPW show, trying to round up Delbert and like Waddy and trying to get some of that stuff done. It was such a mess, but oh my God! This is what I mean. This is why we did well shooting the. Okay, so. All right. Guess what time it is? Uh-oh. It's time for a game. We're playing top 5. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no, that would be a bad. It would be sued. It's currently top 5 favorite apps that the Violent Gentleman use, Mako uses, CheapHeatTV uses. Scott E., do you want to start us out?
I don't.
You don't? Hang on, wait. No. You gotta,
Hey,
hang on.
hey, are you going to try to technical difficulty me out of this?
No. No, you want to start?
Yeah, sure.
Start it, Mako.
Oh, you want me to start? I need
Go
the
for
music
it.
to cut off. I can't concentrate.
You can't concentrate with the music. Okay, well, there it is.
Yeah, you got it. It's a music, then
Okay,
stop.
okay.
Top
go
five,
for
top
it.
five.
Top 5.
Tinder,
Tinder.
Bumble. There you
Okay.
go. You got Instagram, Amazon Prime, and for your big bang, your big hurrah, when you're ready to settle down, Hinge.
Underrated Hinge.
Look
Wow.
at there. Look at there. See,
Wow.
but that's only in special occasions.
All right, show music's back on, or the game music's back on, so you can't continue with the answer. Scott, you ready?
Yeah, man. All right.
All right.
So,
Go for it.
I
Number
had
5.
4. I didn't have 5. That's the reason I said I didn't want to start. So
Sorry.
here's one that I'm surprised that Mega doesn't have on his, and it's an app called Plenty of Fish.
Oh no, that's like Backpage, bro.
It's
No,
terrible.
no,
It's terrible. It's
Is that
terrible.
top 5?
I figured you would have it though. That's the reason.
no. That's old school. That's like 2010, bro. You can't do that
Anyway,
anymore.
I have on mine is I do have Instagram. I have Pinterest.
Oh.
I
Got
do
the
have
arts-
Tinder.
arts-
I do have Tinder, and number one's got to go to Amazon, man. That's how it is.
Amazon, yeah.
That's what I'm on. That's what.
Yeah, Amazon's it, man. I'm using that for streaming, buying. Come on, Amazon's got it all, dude. Like we're killing it.
One-stop shop.
I like it.
It's like Craigslist, but good shit.
Yeah, if you're in the store buying stuff, you're a loser. You're a loser. If you're in the store buying something, loser.
I got y'all beat, actually. And I normally don't do these, and I was kind of hoping for a way out on this, but I'm cool with it. I don't care. So we'll start with number 5. Number 5 is Wordle. Wordle is so much fun. I have been playing so much Wordle. Anybody want to challenge me? Bring it on. I play from like 7 to 9, and then
I hate you for bringing it up.
7 to 9, bro.
I hate you for bringing it up because we talked about it the other day about how I think all gaming apps now are like is a vendetta against me because everything turns into something with friends and knowing that I don't have fucking friends to play with.
Well, that's sad. But can I go to number 4? Did you really have to break into a sad sack?
Can we get Morgan some friends, please? Like,
Yeah, I was about to say you could always add me on it. Mako would play once every 6 or 7 weeks.
I play.
I will say this: I learned something today from Charles. I learned it.
Okay.
So it was that cats can be allergic to cats, right?
Yeah, cats can be allergic to cats.
I was like, maybe I'm allergic to people.
You are. Anyway, so number 4. I'm glad we went back to the joke.
Get a PS5. Get a PS5.
I'm glad we went back to number 4. PS4s work the same. Number 4, NFL fantasy football app. Boom. That's number 4.
That's once a year, bro.
That's long enough of a year to make my life fun and enjoyable and enjoy what
Like fantasy all. Just say a fantasy app because you play
Number
everything.
3.
Run out of time. Cut them off.
Amazon is a great app. Number 2, Facebook Messenger. Facebook Messenger. It's a great app to communicate. And the number 1, hang on, wait. I'm going to do it because I have the number 1 app. Here's DoorDash. DoorDash has been so...
Xander's got money, bro. Xander can DoorDash in like that was the number 1 app.
3-day free trial for anything over $10. And for that, ladies and gentlemen,
other with the trial.
Use it. Y'all have a great night. Good night. Peace.